All right, welcome back to part 3 in this video series of how to do a peel safely at home if you feel brave enough. So I am sitting here feeling like I'm feeling like I'm going to start off with a 10% TCA solution just because instinctively I'm feeling like my skin's going to exfoliate, or it's going to frost pretty quickly. Now, frosting is the chemical reaction that occurs through the coagulation of the protein in the skin with TCA acid. Other frosting that occurs with other acids like salicylic is not a true frost. That's more a precipitation. That's not a real, genuine, true frost. Also, all the other stuff that I use, glycolics, alpha hydroxys, typically we don't really call those peels, depending on who you're talking to. But from what I learned in more medical aesthetics, more aggressive treatments, a peel is where your skin gets dark brown, and those usually occur through a different type of acid like like TCA, Jesner solution, salicylic acid. The other ones are more just considered light exfoliation, but not true peeling in the essence. I don't know if that makes sense. So the company is called Med Peel, and you can go below. I'll show you that. I'm gonna leave all the information to all this stuff below these videos, so you can see if this resonates with you. Another brand I've heard to get your hands for people at home is Makeup Artist's Choice, I believe. And then obviously I am not a fan of buying stuff on Amazon, but you could do whatever you want. It's just dicey. I've had some terrible things happen with the products from the Amazon, okay? So I'm gonna use this 10%. It's just straight, it's got water and 10% triacrylic acid. Based on everything else I've done, I think I should peel pretty quickly and easily with this solution. And if I don't, I have another one of their solutions, which I really do like. It's called the Fusion Peel. But the issue with this peel, this is also something to consider when you're thinking of doing a peel at home, is allergic reactions. That's always a fun thing, and I've definitely had a couple of those in my career, which totally sucks and is scary, and it's not fun for the client or myself. And this solution runs the risk of a high allergic reaction on the skin because it's got a lot of different acids in here that might just be too much. That's why I do it the way I do it, because I got caught in the whole, this idea of these peels now being what we call designer peels. They're not always good for people because I don't want every single ingredient that's in here on a client, especially if they're pregnant or breastfeeding or allergic to salicylic acid, and that's what's in here. So I've learned the hard way, be cautious with these designer peels of what's in them. That's why I go through each of those layers to do that. So I've done so much to the skin so that I could use a pretty basic and simple TCA solution or whatever else with a lower percentage and get an incredible result. Because back in the day, when I was working with Obagi stuff and all the medical stuff, we would blast people with peels, and a lot of stuff happened. It's not the way we do it now. Some people still do, but it's definitely not the way I do it anymore, through just trial and error. So I have a 2x2 here and this solution, and I am going to pour about 1 cc of the solution onto my cotton, which is about a 1/4 amount of the cotton. And the rule is never dripping. They do not want any acid dripping on the face, ever. So it's in here, and we're gonna see what happens. So you can see how, look at my skin, that's just with that treatment. Like I said, if I just stopped there, it's gonna be beautiful and flawless, but I wanna really show you guys how I do a peel. So I'm going to go and the outer perimeter of my skin like this, all the way around. One pass, the outer perimeter, so I don't miss anything near the hairline. Okay, so I always start like that, and then I go 1, 2, 3. My forehead's a little big, so maybe 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my chin, my lip, and my nose. I do a little bit on the brow, whatever's kind of left. And then the thing about TCA is that you can have a delayed neutralization. TCA acid self-neutralizes. So what that means is I see a lot of people using sodium bicarbonate with water for TCA, and I'm confused by that. That does nothing. The water is what's cooling the skin a little bit, but sodium bicarbonate is a wrong chemical. Sodium bicarbonate neutralizes alpha hydroxy acids. It does not neutralize TCA acid. So if you see somebody neutralizing with like baking soda, be cautious, question what they're doing, just because that's not helpful. It doesn't, why are you doing that? Like just do what we know works. And I don't know, sometimes, and I know there's so much misinformation, but I think the companies that sell you those acids should be telling you, girl, no sodium bicarbonate on TCA acid, it does nothing. You're wasting the sodium. So just water, cold water, ice cubes. So I can start to feel that a little bit, but I'm now going to add a really good pass. So that's 4, and under my eye, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Around 1, 2, 3, and 4. This was about another half cc, maybe 1 cc, about 10 drops. Ooh, trying to fill that. I'm not doing a fan because I don't have one here. I'm at home doing this, improvising with you guys, so I apologize, but definitely you could use a fan, a little, something to kind of cool down your skin. I'm definitely feeling that, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to let that soak a little bit, because I don't want to get carried away. I want to see if there's a delayed reaction or what's happening. So it's about 3 to 5 minutes, just depends on the formula and the percentage of neutralization that occurs, just depends, not always, and it also depends on what you did before. So I've seen this happen a lot, where somebody will just keep layering the acid on, but you can't turn the acid off, okay? So even the cold water doesn't neutralize the acid. It only neutralizes itself with the coagulation of the protein in your skin. So you can dump sodium bicarbonate and water on your skin, but it will still continue to penetrate. And where it penetrates that's very dangerous is in the dermis, or even above the dermis a little bit, because that's what causes scarring, inflammation, and post-inflammation hyperpigmentation. So this water that I see people doing, and you're not neutralizing. There is no such thing as being able to neutralize TCA acid. It's self-neutralizing. Just want to make that really clear. Okay, I'm going to add more, about 1/4 of the cotton, so it's kind of wet and damp here. And I'm going to use this now. I'm going to make the skin a little bit more damp. So I'm trying to apply a little bit of a thicker layer that's moist and damp, so I get more absorption and more penetration. This is my 3rd pass, but it's not a real pass in my experience. If I was working on a client, I would consider this a 2nd pass, but it is the 3rd time I'm applying this TCA. But the 1st pass was just a little bit. Remember, it's just a light amount to kind of season the skin and coat it, and just allow. It's always good to take time to allow the acid enough time to absorb slowly, not just really quickly. We don't want something to just absorb right away, and everybody wants everything to absorb right away, and there's a reason why that's not really good for the skin, because it just can cause a lot of issues, including chemical burns. So I'm definitely feeling that now, and I'm going to mix another solution from them, which is the one, the Fusion, which is the mixture blend here. And the reason I'm doing this, I do want to have some of the benefits of the vitamin C in there. They have some enzymes in there. What else is in here? Salicylic. I haven't used this in a long time. Yeah, glycolic. So it's kind of a little blend of everything. So, but this might be too much. I'm hardcore, so I'm doing this, okay? Ooh, yeah, I already feel, without adding anything, I already feel, and people will ask, so I'm going to tell you. If I didn't do any of that other stuff, and then I just did the TCA. It's not gonna do much. It's not gonna peel that much. It's not gonna frost that much. Even if I just only did like the exfoliating cleanser and then the TCA and applied, it's not gonna work the way that I want it to work. So now I'm going, it has a little color to it because there's the vitamin C in there, which I kind of want as well. And now it's also a little different texture. It's more of a little bit of a thicker gel. So, ooh, I immediately feel that. And now because this has that blend, ooh, oh girl, okay, hi. Yeah, that is definitely absorbing, and you're probably gonna see it frost here in a little bit. You can see a little bit of it frosting right here on the forehead. Do you see that? I swear, I mean, I should just be fired as a YouTuber. How many years have I done this? And it's like the quality of my videos are going down. The lighting still sucks. Why are you guys still here? So I'm just letting that kind of absorb a little bit because I feel it. It's like a 7. And I'm going to just use my hands to fan a little bit like this. And I'm going to see what that kind of does. Ooh, okay. Now I'm going to go down here. It's starting to frost. See that little bit of whitening occurring here? Do you need to do both like this? Absolutely not. I'm just hardcore. You would just continue to add the 10 or whatever acid you have, you know, like TCA, whether that's 10, 15, I guess. I don't know. I don't do high percentages anymore because I just learned a better technique that works for me. So, my obsession also is to peel a client really quickly. So I don't know how much longer I can actually leave this on. Now, the thing is that I want to treat the areas that I have damage, but I want to avoid other areas that are thinner. You have to think about when you're peeling how uncomfortable it's going to be with somebody with like dead skin. So I don't want to apply the same amount of solution all over to the face because then they can't move their mouth when they're, you know, when they're peeling. So you see that frosting there? Okay. Now the goal is always an even absorption. So I'm just using what's left on here to continue to work it into the areas that haven't quite frosted yet, or that I want to have peeling more, like all of this damage up here. So I'm just dabbing what's left in here. I get my ears a little bit like this, and underneath the jaw, the hairline. I would obviously be doing this very different if you were a client. I was working on you on a bed. It's a whole nother thing we do. It's very different when you're doing it on yourself versus a client, but it's similar. So you can see that frosting, right? It's just the essence, and that frost again is the neutralization of the coagulation of the protein in the skin from the TCA. The other acids in here do not self-neutralize, but this formula supposedly, and I never trust the manufacturer's protocols, and no one should, because there's so many variables of why that acid could destroy someone's skin. And so it's always a good idea to consider it as a guideline, but if you're like really working with acids, like Jesus, like I followed some protocols before, I'm like, oh my God, they're burnt because it was too strong, where they said it didn't need the neutralize. So I always trust what I know as a person that performs chemical pills, and what I trust is my own experience versus what somebody wrote on a bottle real quick that probably didn't even test actually using this on people. So, so you can see a little bit of the frosting occurring here. And now I'm actually going to, and this formula does have TCA in here. I'm going to add a little bit more. I think if you were like really looking into maybe these two products, and you only wanted to choose one and you felt safe with the ingredients that are in here, maybe try this fusion peel. I think it's pretty decent. And then the TCA one, 10%, you know, every layer you lay down is another like layer of skin that comes off. So even though it's not like frosting and burning, you know, 5 layers is going to be a pretty good like light peel for you. So, and I do recommend lighter peels at home, especially. You could just do them more frequently and stay safe and get such beautiful results. So now I'm going to, again, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now whatever's left, I'm going to dab, 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 dab. And then I'm going to work a little bit more up there because I have a lot of damage up there, which is weird because I wear a hat. I think it's just old damage resurfacing. That's what happens, guys. I mean, it just kind of comes back. Woo! Yes, mama. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to look at my face and to see the frosting and to see how much it's frosting and to make sure that it's even. I'm going to avoid this area. You've been here a while, you know I have the scar issue, so I had a scar, it had a peel, that's why you don't pick your peel, and it's scarred on a scar. Long story short, I've been fixing it, done all kinds of stuff, microneedling, injections. Girl, too much money I've spent on a damn scar. It's ridiculous, all my scars. Even, I got some hypopigmentation, but a lot of this is old damage of scars that I've been fixing for the years that kind of seem to be popping up all of a sudden. Feel hot now. It's probably about a 7. Woo. And I'm gonna keep going because, oh girl, damn. It's this formula that is a little extra spicy, I'm noticing, so. Now, if say you're gonna ask, oh, what if I didn't do all that other stuff and I just poured that on me? Girl, it's not about that, okay? It's never about just pouring the main acid on the face. You have to prep the skin. Just like you don't, it's like cooking. You don't just, I don't know what to say, but you know what I mean? You don't just, you have to like marinate the meat, season, prep it, cut the vegetables, right? It's all the stuff you do before you throw it all in the oven, so. Okay, so I'm going to just whatever's left in this bowl here, I'm going to use it up. My cotton's getting a little stretchy, which I don't like because I can't control it a little bit, but I'm going to just use it anyway. And I'm going to really get up here so that I peel a lot more. Ooh. Okay, now you see that? See all that? I'm avoiding that old damage because I don't want to peel it too much there to cause any types of issues, but I really want to get this brown discoloration off over here. Oh girl, my skin is on fire. It's probably a 9. And you know, if you're doing a peel like this and you wanted to use the cold water, you can totally do that. This, I have another bowl here with just cold water, no sodium in here, but that will help to like just calm down the feeling of the heat in the skin. But still, again, it's not going to neutralize. So now I'm just gonna make everything even by continuing to use what's left. This is my probably 4th good pass, maybe 5, but ooh. But you know what? It's not anywhere near what I want. So I almost feel like I've disappointed you here because what I'm realizing is I probably should have done more of the fruit gel because it usually just frosts so quickly. So anyway, that's part of like, you know, it's always figuring it out and being better and knowing what mistakes you might have made or what you could have done differently with peels. It's a real art form. So I think that I'm going to, just to show you like what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually add one more really good layer and then I'll be done. So with this layer, I'm going to add a thicker layer. And of course you don't need to do any of this, but I'm going to do this because I really want to peel, because I'm probably not going to peel for a while. So I'm going in where the damaged areas are that I really want to work on. I'm making sure that the frost is even in color so that it looks like a little bit of a glazed donut. The darker the frost, the deeper the peel is penetrated. Getting pretty red there. Woo, girl. Oh my God, okay. I think we're good. I think I'm good. Now, oh, so, be careful, be cautious with all peels, all steps of peels. It's really, you just never know. So can you see that? I'm gonna do a little bit more right there. It's all about breathing, girl. Deep breath in, deep breath in. Okay. See that little spot and freckling? I'm gonna keep working that in. See the forehead there? I'm doing a lot on the forehead, as you can tell, just because that's where a lot of my damage is. So I'm gonna put a little bit right there, which is always helpful for the All right, we are done, girl. I am on fire. Woo. If you were like just wanting to start to do a peel, just do the 10, girl. I always recommend 10. That's what we usually always do. I think this formula, the Fusion, has like 7 with the other acids in there. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to take this off now. And I don't always, I usually just let it kind of continue to absorb, but let me see. I apologize. I'm realizing this light is just not helping me show you what I'm trying to show you, which is really important that, you know, it's evenly absorbed and has an even frost to it. So I may not even share this video, but I have some, I went and rinsed my face. It was just, you know, on fire. And I'm going to use some ice cubes here to just soothe the skin and calm it down a little bit so that it doesn't feel so scorchy. Dab, never rub, soothe. Oh yeah, that feels yummy. Ice cubes are amazing when you're doing a peel because it calms down the inflammation, which is important because you do want to control inflammation. That's the thing that's kind of fascinating when we're learning, like really specializing in peels, is how to know inflammation and use it in your favor, because inflammation is what causes the, ooh, girl, wait, hold up. Inflammation is what causes the stimulation of, ooh, oh my God. Okay, we're good. Like you want to, like something we learn in advanced peel training is like, oh, you know, where the inflammation, there's a thin line that we're trying to not cross, which is too much inflammation, because then that's what can cause the scarring and stuff. And so you can see it's definitely continuing the frost, which means that it's having a delayed reaction of neutralization. So if I just kept adding more acid, I would be in trouble right now, because it's gonna neutralize when it wants to. And definitely the ice cubes help to make it feel calm and cool and less burny and scorchy, but it's not neutralizing it. So it's still absorbing and penetrating into my skin until it decides it's done. I hope I've really stressed that, because I just am really concerned with some things I've been seeing online. And I'm always, of course, you're more than willing to do what you feel is right for you, but I just have seen some really not good stuff that is being taught that I think, and it's not because I'm trying to make you learn from me at all. I don't care. It's just like, God, I mean, like, people are hurting themselves with stuff, because we get the emails of people, We haven't so much recently, but I used to get tons of emails, and we fix people that have burned themselves with peels. So, all right, so the burning has mostly gone down. I am using my retinol which is a 3% formula, to just give another layer of, it's because you're peeling and then you're going to regenerate with the retinol, and it's going to go right in now. So when I use the retinol, it's going to also just comfort the skin a little bit, because retinol is also an antioxidant, remember? So it's going to kind of calm down some of that inflammation a little bit, because it's the non-acidic form of vitamin A in this on the skin. So all right, I think we're good, guys. So this is going to complete this portion of the video, which is the application process. In the next video, I'm going to share all the things that you can do and should do during the week to care for your peel. And then the following video will come out later after these 4 videos, when I'm done all, peeling with the process. Hi, Coco. So I hope this helped you guys in some way to kind of figure out, maybe how to do this safely, or just maybe to know more about peels and how to do them. I apologize about the light. I can't get my crap together with that. I really wished this video came out better, to be really honest, so I may not even share it. So I love you. I hope you're well. I hope you're staying safe. Remember to stay safe and blessed and gorgeous, and ask your questions below. You're doing this at your own risk. Do what you can with what in your means, whatever you can. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will be obviously documenting all my peeling, and I'll film that next video right now. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye.